Slattery Park Football Club totals just over 15 acres. It's situated between Creighton Park, a residential area of executive-style homes, and Slattery, at present scheduled for redevelopment as the Slattery Festival and Exhibition Complex. The club is a private company with a capital authorised and paid up of £20,000. The major shareholders are Kenneth Barry Turode, Chairman and Managing Director, holding 35% of the shares, and his partner Leonard Percival Coffey, Vice Chairman, holding an equal 35% of the shares.
Hi, Jean.
Jean Mary Turode, the Chairman's wife, who is also Company Secretary, with a nominal shareholding. Other shareholders who are also directors are John Roman, Company Director, John Rutland, Chairman of the Supporters Club, Reginald Alexander Palmer, Solicitor.
You intend to purchase shares in the club, Mr. Craig?
Right.
Surely you're not asking for our assistance to accomplish that?
No. I'm looking for financial backing for the expansion scheme which I'll be putting forward once I've gained a controlling interest in the club.
I didn't know you were a football fan, Mr. Craig. The club ground is situated next to the Slattery development area, is it not?
Between Slattery and Creighton Park.
Surprising no one's thought of its prospective value were it to be redeveloped. With the changes taking place in the Slattery area, I mean. That'll surely have a marked effect on its value as say, building land.
That's true. I hadn't thought of it.
Had you not? Were you to consider the alternative of redevelopment, I wonder in which direction you'd proceed.
A residential estate of upmarket homes.
8 to the acre, 15 acres.
Total construction costs for the 120 houses, approximately £3.5 million.
Add interest, legal and other charges, say 4 million.
At 75 to 90,000 per home, our realisable profits would amount to £4 million in round figures.
Less land development tax. Even so, it's... Still, as we've agreed, such a scheme, however attractive, would stand no chance of meeting with the approval of club members.
None at all.
Whereas your scheme, with its appeal to the sporting element, would.
As long as it was felt I have the resources to carry it through.
No hard cash at this stage, just a hint of financial approval.
That's all I need. A quiet word.
We must do what we can to support your praiseworthy scheme, Mr. Craig.
Thanks very much.
It might be advisable, Mr. Craig, when approaching the chairman of Slattery Park, to create an impression of affluence. Your appearance, Mr. Craig, if you'll forgive me.
There's my growth industry. By 3 years' time, some of these lads will command six-figure transfer fees.
And that's money.
Oh, Mr. Craig! Just in case you were thinking of making a simmer offer to Len Coffey, I should tell you that we've got a shareholders agreement. We can neither of us sell our shares to a third party without first offering them to each other.
Len Coffey. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, I dedicate these Collectomatic Auto Crush mobile waste compactors to the service of all in this city. I express the hope that the matter that they may collect will be recycled and put to good use for peoples less fortunate than ourselves.
It's Tom Craig, the property man. He's in your office.
Well, you can deal with him, can't you?
He's bought a car, the 450 SEL. Walked straight in. I'll have that one, he said, and out with his checkbook.
I'd bet it's out.
Tom Craig, isn't it?
Mr. Coffey.
You go and vote for an increase in capital. Our shares are just paper. You might as well hand them the club on a plate. Have you got that through your thick head? And Craig control of my club, and I'll make sure you never get to be mayor of this city if you live to be 100.
Mayor? I don't know what you're on about.
Drop me in it with Craig, and I'll see your name stinks like Dan at the gasworks. I'll have you off the board. I've only to drop the word to John Rutland. I'll have the supporters club call for your resignation. See if I don't.
I was only thinking of the club, Ken. I was only thinking of the team. Get a bit more money into the club, we could buy some really decent players. Find our way up into the 3rd division. You know me, Ken, football's my life. I'd do anything for the game. You know that.
If that bugger Craig comes smart-assing round you again, you just send him along to me. I'll settle his ash for him.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Here, what's it mean about buying decent players?
You belt up or I'll sell you off to West Hartlepool.
You're dropping your shoulder.
I am.
I'd take a wedge to that if I were you.
You would?
All right. All right. Not enough.
Not bad, you're nearly on the green.
Yeah.
Right, that's 6 and 5, old man. Shall we play them out?
A drink,
or...
I think, don't you? I have to play this game more often, I think, Reg.
Of course he's done well. You're saying he hasn't? He's semi-pro in the 4th Division League in just a few years. You could say he's done wonders in spite of the last season or two. And got a very useful team. And the youngsters coming along. From a strictly sporting point of view, he's worked a miracle. But Kent Road's a small businessman. And that club could be big business.
Mind you, then coffee isn't much use when it comes to the financial aspect, I must say that in all fairness.
And then he's football mad. That's all he's interested in. He's a bloody fanatic, Len. Tell you who scored the 2nd goal in the Everton United match in 1902, that kind of thing.
Between them, they control the club. That's the tragedy of it.
Matter of fact, Charlie Sproul, Fed Workers, was talking about you at lunch the other day.
Oh, was he? It was a bit naughty. I asked him to keep quiet about that bit of business for the time being.
He mentioned something about financing or some sort of expansion plan there in mind.
He's a bit quick off the mark, Charlie. I was sounding him out before approaching you people who've already got money in the club who might want to increase your investment. I always think a man who's shown faith in a business deserves first crack at the whip when it comes to opening up opportunities.
Well, I'd be happy to see the club going forward, of course. And as you say, it'd be foolish to pass up the chance of an attractive investment when it's offered.
Well, there'd have to be a big increase in share capital, of course, to let me in with the major finance. And it'd also give you a chance to increase your shareholding.
I was saying that I'm only an honorary director, Mr. Gray.
Oh, come now, Mr. Rutland, you're being far too modest. You're a councillor as well, aren't you?
Oh, true. I am. I represent Creighton Park. It adjoins the football club, and that's one reason Ken asked me to take charge of the supporters club. Oh, excuse me just a moment.
Tardy.
Thank you very much indeed, Mrs. Jones. You know, the complaints from the residents about the Saturday crowds. I'll keep the Creighton Park snobs happy for Ken.
City councillor?
Chairman of the supporters club. Without your fans, where are you?
Oh, very true, very true. It means I'm able to keep our kin in touch with the feeling at the grassroots, as you might say.
What are the feelings at the moment? What are the feelings about relegation?
Oh, I'm not saying last season was all that brilliant, and we've had a run of bad luck lately.
Bad luck.
A run of injuries buried Tollings out for the season. Just a moment we're short of a striker.
Short of a striker.
Roscoe's bringing on one or two of the young lads.
Lack of money. Same with all these small clubs.
Ah, money.
No, I'm not saying you should buy Kevin Keegan, but for £100,000 you could get a...
Mr. Craig, our biggest attendance isn't above 5,500.
Got to think big, Mr. Ruffin. Got to think big.
I've got an attractive proposition. And the finance to back it.
So what do you want from me?
Weight. You carry a lot of weight.
Weight, is it?
I'm presenting my proposal to the board of directors Tuesday week at the Inn on the Strand. I'll send you an invite.
I'll think about it.
There could be a lot of money in this if it's played right.
I might turn up then, just to see you playing it. Just for the laughs.
He's not allowed a salary as chairman in the FA rules. Is it tricky?
Nothing. Order, gentlemen, please.
I wasn't complaining about any franchise arrangements.
Order, gentlemen. Order, please. I want to say categorically that this club is not in need of capital. Even from a financier and property dealer with a record like Mr. Craig has notched up. Roscoe and I have built our team on youth and enthusiasm.
We have been and still are constantly on the alert to spot new talent and wasted talent. That's signed by the big league clubs but never given the chance. And we've got them. We've got them cheap or for nothing at all. We don't need capital for that. There's our youth training program. Young kids, school kids, a lot of them. Kids with talent who we're bringing along and who are going to take us into the big time. And if you want to talk money rather than sport, kids who are going to be worth their weight in gold in transfer fees in a few years' time. Now, I don't know what Mr. Craig's proposal is, but I can tell him right now. We don't buy them, we breed them.
Here, here, Ken, well said.
Falling attendances. Dwindling gate money. Bar receipts falling off. The lottery paid 200 quid last week. A bad season or two. Injuries. Players out of action. These are problems which are faced by any small club. But why should Slatterly Park be forced to face these problems? When with an injection of £3 to £5 million, it could become a big club, a successful club, a prosperous club.
That sounds very good, Craig. But how about we see it, this 5 million you're talking about?
See it. Of course you shall see it. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present the Slatterly Park Leisure Centre. Sport, entertainment and leisure activities for the 80s.
You going to be much longer?
To establish that what I'm looking for is here will not possibly take very long. To establish that what I'm looking for is not here will take longer.
No, I mean, how much longer are you going to be?
I would now like to examine applications for the year 1977.
Just look after the shop, Mr. Porter. I had something to do with Mr. Craig. I was most impressed with your plans for the upgrading of the club, the injection of capital and so on. I was buying Kevin Keegan yet, I could see. But as the appointed representative of the Creighton Park constituency, I have to say that I can foresee considerable difficulties. It's a very large structure you're proposing, very large. It could lead to disturbance of the amenities, could have an adverse effect on property values. I'm not sure I could give you my public support in the council.
Take a proper look at the model of the leisure centre.
I inspected it fairly carefully, yeah.
You spot the kiosks, did you?
Kiosks?
7 kiosks. Plus a fully equipped shop on the main concourse. Sweets, smokes, novelties, gift items, magazines, souvenirs.
No, I can't say I spotted that.
Anyone got the concession on that lot would be turning a fair bit of money over.
Certainly would, Mr. Craig, certainly would.
What's wrong with 5 million quid? That's what I want to know.
Every penny we earn goes back into the club, into the players.
West Ham. We've drawn West Ham.
Just come through, West Ham.
Home or away? No, don't tell me. With my luck, it's got to be away.
He looks changed then. It's at home.
Well, we'll certainly have a drink on that.
Oh, let me buy it.
It was filed in 1977. Here's a copy of the application.
Rejected. Very good, Jamal. Very good work. Maybe it's time we spread our bets a bit.
Kent Road applied?
In 1977, for industrial development. It was turned down. Craig's chap took a copy of the application.
What would he want that for?
Well, he'd naturally make inquiries if he was going to apply for permission to develop a leisure centre.
He's a long way from doing that, Reg. A bloody sight farther than he thinks and all.
How do you mean, John?
Well, Craig owns no shares in the club, does he?
Well, he might have picked up a few, but nothing significant or I'd have heard. I imagine he's going to wait for us to vote the increase of capital through, and then jump in and pick up as many as he wants of the new shares.
Those extra shares will go to us, old pal. Sod Tom Craig.
Freeze him out, you mean?
Let him put his ideas to Len Coffey and Kenter Road if he can. Then freeze him out, Reg.
Hello.
got your car with you?
It's in the multi-story.
You do us a favour. I've lunch appointment. I'm late for it. You know the Athena Hotel? It's up near Moore's Edge. False pretences. False pretences is telling lies. I told no lie. I do have a luncheon appointment. With you. You going to break it?
I'll have to make a phone call. You can't say things like that to me. I'm a married woman. A happily married woman.
Why shouldn't you be happy? But happy's not to say contented. I've never yet met a contented woman. Happy or no, married or no.
I'm not discontent enough to go upstairs with you, any rate. In broad daylight, in the afternoon. The idea. Or night time either, for that matter.
What do you want? Most in the world at this moment. Tell me what you want, I'll see if I can't give it to you.
Take you with it and all.
What do you want? What's your heart's desire?
Beck, what does anyone want? Get out of this dump for a start.
That's for a start. What then?
I don't know. Lie about on hot beaches with nothing on.
Give the figure for it. Go on.
I don't know.
Money.
I suppose.
Money. Money's nothing. It's easy. You can have it. All you want.
Tell my Ken that. You won't listen to me if that's what you're after.
Of course I am. What do you think? Just push him hard enough, he'll come round. It's up to you if you want it. You've got to want if you're going to get. Just tell him what I told you earlier.
Working on the wife, are you? On the little woman? You're wasting your time, friend. He won't listen.
And don't bother. I'm just putting the facts before you. I'm letting you know what's being turned down. He could be a rich man, your Ken. You married to a rich man.
Oh, well, we'll just have to be contented, I suppose. We're better off than many.
And no different from millions. No, I don't believe it. I had you down as different. Unique. That one's unique, I said. You ever thought of leaving him?
You're a wicked old sod, you are. Wicked. Come on, pay the bill. Where's my car?
Yours will be where you left it, near enough. In the multi-story. Just in case. You wouldn't want it seen parked outside here all afternoon.
Quite the performer, aren't you?
We'll come to that in due course.
I want them in 2 weeks, not 3. You can guarantee 2 weeks. Okay, fine. We'll see you then. 2 weeks, okay? Yeah, cheers. So, did Ken ask you to come along and talk to me?
No, Len. Ken had half murdered me if he knew I'd come to you behind his back. I came to see you because you're the key personality on the board.
I have a free vote, the same as Ken has.
Ah, but you've the money behind you.
Ups and downs. We all have our ups and downs.
I mean, you could afford to buy up enough of these new shares to make sure you still had a say in how the club was run. If it was you and Ken like it is now.
How do you mean, love?
If you were to offer to loan Ken the money so he could buy more shares equal to yours, you could keep Tom Craig out, couldn't you?
I couldn't consider anything like that. Unless Ken's willing to sell me his share.
Oh, Len, he's built that club from nothing. It's his life. He's so stubborn, he won't give in. I know he won't. Oh, Len, won't you think about it? If he loses the club...
No, Jeannie. It's not as bad as all that. I haven't come to a decision on the matter myself yet. There's pros and cons on both sides.
If you think that, you're as thick as he is. With Craig holding out £5 million for the taking. I've always thought you were a chump, Len Coffey, but I never thought you were that bloody daft. I'm sorry, Len, I didn't mean that. It's just... It's been such a strain. Ken doesn't show it, but he's worried sick over it. I really am sorry, Len.
Bye, Jean. See you later.
Next year, we'll kill it.
Hello, George. Ladies? Lovely tonight, Jean. Excuse me. Excuse us, ladies. Jump along.
Mayor? You mean Lord Mayor?
And chairman of the board.
Don't you think the business community ought to stick together then? Well, don't you? Come on, make up your bloody mind.
It'll break his heart. Ken's built up this club from nothing. It'll break his heart. Me chairman over Ken.
Providing you vote with us on Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Oh, Christ, at the board meeting, stupid.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right.
Right. So we're in business, are we?
That's right, Tommy boy. We're in business.
Is that all?
That's all, Len. See you Wednesday.
Come on, Len. I'll buy you a drink.
It was £100 company when I bought in. Purely amateur, but well up the West Regional League. I bought the controlling interest of one of the original founders who died. Of his executor, actually, who was a chum of mine.
And put in an application to develop the ground into an industrial estate. Anyone can get a look at a planning application. It was rejected.
It looked very good, actually. That was before the Slatterly Festival project was announced. And quite a few more factories on that side, apart from Grumby's. I even got the promise of ground set to the ministry, providing I got planning permission through.
So what went wrong?
Rutland. He got wind of it on the council. He raised the bloody roof. He's been connected with the club since he was a boy player. You might not think it to look at him, but he pulls a lot of weight on the council, does old Rutland.
So you went into football instead?
I had no choice. I raised the capital to 20 grand, got hold of old Roscoe and went semi-pro.
And Len Coffey?
I was strapped for cash, wasn't I? I sold out half my holding to Len Coffey at a bit of a premium and brought him in as vice-chairman. I thought I was being smart at the time, with the shareholders' agreement and all. I thought I could handle him. And where money's concerned, worst move I ever made.
I wouldn't say that.
You wouldn't know. He's voting on your side, isn't he?
My side? My side's Tom Craig. And maybe Kenter Road.
A residential estate?
How do you think you're going to get this past Reg Palmer? He's chairman of the planning committee.
It's not going in front of Reg Palmer. At least not yet. Do you want to co-sign this application form? It doesn't commit you to anything, you know.
It's in the name of Craig City Partnerships.
The application's made in the name of Craig City Partnerships, pending the outcome of negotiations between that firm as developers and the Slattery Park Football Club as present owners of the site.
Could I just see those figures again? Do you say you've got finance from the Threadworkers Building Society?
When we get planning permission on a deal like this, we'll have the Church of England trying to give us money out of the Distressed Clergy Fund.
All right. No skin off my back, I suppose.
Right, Ken, we better talk a bit of business, haven't we?
There you are. I've been... Bloody hell, Jim. What do you think you're up to? Look, anyone could come in here.
I should be so lucky.
What's that?
I said I'm getting a bit of a tan, aren't I? Just in case we ever go on that holiday you're always talking about.
Get up. Get up and get your clothes on. I want a word with you. What's this about you going to see Len Coffey?
What about it?
Trying to get money out of him.
Some hope. You wouldn't give the time of day to a blind beggar.
You stop to think what that makes me look like. My wife going around my business associates trying to bum money off them. It's no bloody wonder he's gone in with Palmer and Roman. He must think I'm a right nutter.
Not the only one, I wouldn't say.
What do you mean by that?
Been messing around for weeks, and where's it got you? Nowhere. They're running bloody rings round you.
Well, that's where you're wrong for a start. I've got that mob right where I want them. I've talked Tom Craig into a deal.
You've talked Craig into a deal?
Certainly I have. A deal which grosses out at near enough £4 million.
Oh, no. Not if Tom Craig's in it. That can't be right. There's got to be a catch in it somewhere.
There's no catch. Get your clothes on.
What are you looking so happy about?
Mr. Turode accepted our proposition very readily, Mr. Craig.
What else is he going to do? Len Coffey's going to vote with Palmer and Roman. We've offered Turode his only way out.
Nevertheless, were I Mr. Turode, I would undoubtedly prefer cash to shares in Craig City Partnerships.
Who said anything about Craig City Partnerships?
Oh, Mr. Craig. Mr. Craig.
You're not going soft on me, Jamal, are you?
It's not too late, Ken. You can easily tell Craig you want to back out. They're bound to offer you a decent price for your shares, and it'll be cash. You could start up a decent little business with that. I'd help you and all. Model agency or something. I mean, I know 3 or 4 million quid sounds marvellous, but how much of it do you get? It's just shares in his company. Just like the football club all over again.
I'll tell you what I'll do. If Craig doesn't get planning permission through for the residential estate, I'll sell out to Palmer and Roman. All right?
All right, Ken. But don't go moaning at me after.
All right, Ken?
Yeah.
Let's go. Thanks very much, Morris.
We'll be in touch, Mr. Craig. I was just thinking, if Palmer does push for the planning permission for the leisure centre, we could look a bit silly.
Do you think Taylor wants a leisure centre competing with his festival project?
I'm that sorry, Ken. What can I do? Palmer and Roman brought pressure to bear. Very heavy pressure. I've no choice, Ken.
Thanks, Len. I'm very touched. That's real loyalty.
And in consequence thereof, an increase to the share capital of the company to the amounts and in the manner set out in the schedule to this motion.
Right. I'll put that to the vote then.
But just to put everyone out of their misery, I'd better say here and now that I've had word from Len Coffey about how things are going to go. So rather than cause controversy and debate and drag this meeting out, I've decided to cast my vote for the motion.
That's very good news again.
But I've got one question first. What happens if we don't get planning permission for this project? We end up with 5 million quid authorised and no takers. Looks silly, won't we?
He's right. You hadn't thought of that, Reg, had you?
Well, I have. And I've got an amendment here which ought to take care of it.
Excellent. And a little of the fat. And Yorkshire. Mustn't forget the Yorkshire.
That's good beef, this, John. Oh, the wife here last week as well. We had a nice night out. Yeah. How's the wife anyway?
Very good.
Oh, look.
Thanks, I'll go back. Beauty of the scheme is... Beauty is, once you get planning permission through, with a strong retail trade element, you're sitting on a sizable development value. Book of the leisure centre, eh, John? Flog the site off to a London developer and retire laughing to the bank.
What about football?
We don't want a bloody great football pitch taking up off the site. Do you, John?
This is Tom Craig's work, isn't it? Tom Craig put you up to this. Why ever listen to that bastard?
Craig, grow up, Len. Craig's out of it. Come to that, he never was in it. Hey, Reg?
Don't look so bothered, old man. We shan't drop you out. We're all going to make a packet out of this. And you'll get your back along with the rest of us.
That motor business of his. If we were to squeeze him a bit through his finance company, I could have a word. I use a lot more credit than he does.
Tyrann's worse off than coffee.
Scoop the bloody poor, Reg.
Len Coffey, I can't believe it. Why, Len Coffey was saying only last week...
Look at the name of the new company. Coppell Row Developments. Coffey, Palmer, Roman. Len Coffey's chairman of the board.
You're chairman of the supporters club, John.
Well, yeah, I am. You mean I've got to bring the fans out?
Strong retail trading element with sporting emphasis. Entertainment and leisure facilities. There's no football in here.
Bloody scandal. That's what it is. It means the end of Slatterly Park as a football club. You can see why Tom's pulled out of it, with all the hard work he'd put into his scheme.
I wouldn't be associated with a thing like this.
There's no provision for kiosks in that, I don't suppose.
Kiosks?
Right. You can rely on me, gents and lady. Slatterly Park Supporters Club accepts the challenge. hypermarket, a boatorama, a motorcycle shop, a nightclub. Discos, restaurants, bars, a speedway. Oh, I wonder they haven't included a Luna Park and the Blackpool Tower. Well, that about it.
Point of information. Councillor Palmer. No planning application such as referred to by the Council for Crichton Park has yet been received by my...
And no, it won't be.
Order.
I'm giving early warning, Your Worship. I'm giving notice here and now that the residents whom I have the honour to represent will resist this scandalous project with all the strength at their command. I've been chairman of Slatterly Park Football Supporters Club for a number of years. It's been my proud duty to see that the club has been conducted with due regard to the amenities of the residential area which it adjoins. Think of the disruption, think of the disturbance.
I'd like to draw the Council's attention to the fact that members of this supporters club, led by the Councillor for Crichton Park,
lies,
incited by the Councillor for Crichton Park, were recently involved in acts of public disorder,
Where's your
of
proof?
vandalism, which left a trail of destruction and damage running into thousands of pounds. Now, although no planning application has yet been received by my committee or the officers concerned, the betterment of the facilities for sport and entertainment in this city...
Reg, for God's sake, will you sit down?
Craig's the sort of person...
Let's leave personality out of it, Reg. Craig's residential development of the club site means at least 150 to 200 extra voters of substance in a predominantly Labour ward. Apart from that, it gives us a badly needed housing gain. If you anticipate any problems when this comes before your committee, I'd like to hear about them now. Thank you, Mr. Hinckley.
No, I can't see any problems.
Now, Reg, there's quite another matter which is disturbing me. This whole business of your directorship and shareholding in the football club while chairing the planning committee.
I would have said...
I'm sure you're careful to declare your interest when matters such as these arise, but I will not have any member of my party group leaving themselves open to accusations of improper conduct. Will you do something about this immediately, please?
Still dropping my shoulder, am I?
No.
Right, Reg. I'll do a deal with you. Not cash. I'm not interested in a cash deal. A share swap.
I was rather thinking you might like to buy mine.
2 of your football club shares for 1 Craig Golden Dream homes. Take it or leave it.
Craig Golden Dream homes. Craig City Partnerships, you told me. And Craig City Partnerships is on the planning application.
On behalf of? You want to go against the advice of my accountant? For tax avoidance purposes, Mr. Turrell. You get a seat on the board, you'll be a major shareholder, plus cash compensation for the goodwill on your franchises, and a nice golden handshake.
I don't know.
For Christ's sake, Ken, what are you niggling about?
Ken, lad, you've got to do what you think's in your own best interest. Now just say the word and the deal's off. I'll go in there and I'll vote the 15% I got off Reg, along with Len Coffey and John Rutland. You can all go back to playing football.
All right. Where's the formal offer? I have here a formal offer from Craig Golden Dream Homes Limited for the whole of the issued share capital of the Slatterly Park Football Club Limited. I must point out that there is no cash involved. Mr. Craig is offering 1 Golden Dream Home share for 2 Slatterly Park Football Club shares.
I'm glad to be able to tell you that my Board of Management would approve a credit facility of up to 3 million, interest rates to be agreed. They would, of course, expect me to accept a directorship on the board.
Yeah, no thanks, Charlie.
You don't want the money then?
I've got an asset on my books worth $750,000. Hasn't cost me a penny in cash, bar a few expenses. What do I want finance for?
But you don't intend to develop the site?
Why should I? Time the Slattery Festival complex is built, it'll be worth 3 times what it is today. But thanks for putting the word about, Charlie. Been a great help to me, you have. I shan't forget it.